Hello, everybody. I know it's been a really long time, and today we're going to be ranking every single Garurumon species in a cool little tier list. I know it's a little lame, but I think it's a good way to get back with our flow here. We're going to be ranking them from D rank to S rank, D being the absolute worst, C being it's a bit better, B being it's alright, A being pretty good, and S being the best of the best. And we got every single Garurumon lined up here, from fucking Crest Garurumon to like normal Garurumon. Yeah! But let's get right to the rankings. First up, normal ass Garurumon. Pretty solid design. You gotta love the fur, you gotta love the extension of Gabumon that he's become. The hint of flame in the art is definitely a good selling point for me right now, and it's definitely making me want to put him in A tier, like high A tier. I think baseline Garurumon design is just peak. Wait, why are there two? What is this one? We'll get back to that guy. This guy right here, I don't know who the fuck he is. Let me do some research. Okay, I've come to the conclusion this is Garurumon, like GU. He's going D tier. He's a fucking imposter. But like, speaking of a good imposter, Garurumon Black. Is that what we call him? Or would we call him Black Garurumon? I think Black Garurumon works a bit better here. He is peak design. Same exact design as Garurumon, but with a nice shade of black and silver or white or whatever you want to call it, and those nice red nails just make it pop even better, just like Garurumon's. I think he goes right behind his brother on the tier list, right here in A tier. No S tiers yet, but I think we got a couple coming up. Up next, I think we'll go with Garurumon X Antibody. Now, this is a weirdly designed Digimon, in my opinion, at least. He looks like a feral cat to me, even though they're like dogs or foxes or something. I've never understood what Garurumon is. I think he's a fox. I think I've classified him as a fox in other videos before, but to me, he's just a bit weird looking, like most X Antibody videos. Also, leave a comment if you guys want me to talk about X Antibody Digimon, because I do find them fascinating. They just have some of the worst designs ever. But yeah, I really don't like his design that much, but it's still really sick. So I think he deserves to be in B tier, because the metallic design, I really like that they incorporated a bit earlier in everything, you know? And the tail's just really sick. It's big and poofy, very similar to actual Garurumon, but it's more fluffy, you know? It makes him look more wild than he should be. Next on the list, we'll do another X Antibody. Let's talk about Garurumon X, whose design I actually think belongs all the way up here in S, our first S tier. Yeah, I know it's a bit weird for this one to go in here, but just hear me out. I think the hands becoming kind of this like almost giant like thing for him, becoming the main attraction of his design, is super awesome. I think it makes sense, because if you really think about Garurumon normally, it's all about his hands and his fists and his kicks, but this one really streamlines it. It's all about those big sharp claws he has now, and those kind of like, I don't even know what they would be called. They're like Stegosaurus spikes on his back. I think it just makes him look really, really fucking sick. So yeah, other than that, that's why he's an S tier, because he's fucking cool. Up next, we'll go with Metal Garurumon X Antibody, who I think goes above Garurumon X Antibody. Now, I know I just shit on X Antibody Digimon, but they're actually cool as fuck, and I'm stupid, because look how sick he looks. Oh, this is Metal. What did I say? This is Metal Garurumon X, by the way. He turns into a Gundam. And I don't know if you guys know me that well, but like, Gundam are pretty sick. I collect some Gunplaws. I have like 3. I'm not that big into Gundam, but like, they're cool as hell. They're big robots, and you can get inside them and pilot them. Like that's super cool. But he has a machine gun on his arm. Missile fucking rocket launchers on his back. What else could you want from an X antibody Digimon? Because he just looks sharp and awesome. Like, he looks so badass. I don't know what else to add, because he's just so cool. Alright, next up we'll do normal Garurumon, who I don't really rock with that much. I don't think he's the coolest design. I think it's a step down from Garurumon, to be honest. And I think he's C tier. I think he's like bottom of B. I think he's below normal Garurumon X. I just think it's an odd choice for this quadruped to become a biped, you know? But I do like the cohesiveness, Garurumon. It still looks really sick, don't get me wrong. I just think there's a little bit too much going on. But hey, it's a Digimon design. What else are you gonna do? And similarly, I think black Garurumon works better because of the pants. They become camo and he looks like an army soldier. And that's why, not an A, I think I'm gonna put him at the top of B actually. I think this design just works better overall. The camo pants, like I said, with the black kind of sheen over him, the silvered tips of his fur, it just looks more badass, more military, more like guerrilla warfare-esque, especially with like the brass knucks and the whole kind of army getup. It just fits him better, and I think top of B tier, because I don't think he edges out over normal Garurumons. But I think he really dominates this B tier here. Let's see here what we have next. Let's see what's next. Let's go with an odd one out here. Let's go with I believe this is Magna Garurumon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let's go with Magna Garurumon. Who's up next? That is this guy with the fucking wings. That looks really bad. He's going C tier. I really don't like the plane design. His whole body looks like a fighter jet, and he has one arm that is just a gun, I think, and the other is like a rocket launcher, right? I think it just doesn't work. I think there's a lot of things you can do with Garurumon, and a lot of fun things you can do with his body type, because he becomes a quadruped into a biped, back into a quadruped, and you go from a fox to a military man to a full-on war machine. But this is like the concept of fighter jet from Garurumon per se, but cranked up to 11, but the dial broke and it went backwards, and it got stuck in between like 7 and 8. And I don't think it works at all. I think its design isn't as cohesive as it should be, and I think it just looks lame compared to the other ones, you know? Up next is Garurumon Sagittarius mode. So I think Sagittarius mode is badass as fuck, and it's going at the top of A because it's like what do you even call it? Like a slide evolution for like Garurumon. It is just so badass that he has like this, I don't even know what to call it because I never finished the reboot season, but it's so fucking sick. Like, he just gets this piece of metal attached to him. I don't know if you guys played Bakugan before, but it reminds me of those little attachments you would put on them. If you remember those, I'll put a video up right now of like someone putting their little Baku gear, whatever the fuck you want to call it, onto their Bakugan. It reminds me of that. And that's why I think he's so fucking cool, because I'm clouded by Bakugan nostalgia. But this is awesome. I think that design is just peak. I think it's way better than normal Garurumon, even though it's like almost the exact same. It just has like a missile launcher on its back, and it's just awesome. Next up we got a Zed Garurumon, who I hate. He goes to D tier. He's above Garurumon. I don't like the green on it, and I hate the cannon on his back. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I think when I think of Garurumon, I think of 3 colors. I think of that nice, like, metallic blue. I think of the red on his claws, and I think of, like, yellow. I don't think of green, and it looks weird to me. Also, he loses like the little tomahawk blades that are like prevalent in Metal Garurumon and makes him look really sick. Instead he gets like, how do I even describe it, like a cable like tail, which I don't like. I think the only cool factor is he gets little side guns on his fucking legs there. I think the cannon though, just and the green, it just makes it so I don't like this design at all. And like, I'm not hating on those deep Garurumon fans, but like, this is just like weird looking to me. All right, moving on. Yeah, let's move on to Ancient Garurumon, who is he's just badass, you know? And I think for me, he belongs in S tier. And I think he breaks apart Metal Garurumon X and Garurumon X. Just like the ancient warrior aesthetic is so cool, especially with the twin blades. Him being like almost like a giant castle in my head, like he's just built like a fucking castle. Like what's that chess piece? A rook? He's built like a rook. You know what I mean? Like he's just big and in charge. And it's like the clear opposite of what you imagine Garurumon. You imagine like a gunslinging Mega Evolution, but this one just has two ginormous blades it just fucks you up with. And speaking of one ginormous blade, let's move to Crest Garurumon. So Crest Garurumon is actually one of my all-time favorite Digimon designs. So it's immediately going to the top of S tier, cause like, dude, I can't even get the words out, but like he's just so badass. He is just so fucking cool. Like, it is like a holy paladin, a knight, someone who guards the realm with his lance at his side and his golden armor shining in the background or glinting in front of a princess he must save. And this paladin, Crest Garurumon, he's just so cool. And like I said, you're swapping around that kind of like kind of gimmick of both him and Greymon, where Greymon has the sword and Garurumon has the guns, but now you swap them and you get fucking you get Crest Garurumon with a lance, and it is just too cool. Like, this is such a good design change that, like, fundamentally, I think it changes Garurumon for me as a whole, because it is just so badass. And I don't know what other words to say other than he is too fucking cool. Okay, we're gonna move on to the final ones, Metal Garurumon and Black Metal Garurumon. Now, it seems common for me to put them in the same, but I'm not gonna, because Metal Garurumon normal goes second on the list, and Black Metal Garurumon actually goes at the middle of A here. So the reasoning for this is, I don't know if you guys saw my Digimon guidebook video, a little plug in the top right corner there, go ahead and hit it, but I have a model of this kit, of this Digimon, and I absolutely adore it, even though I broke it. But Metal Garurumon is also one of my favorite Digimons of all time. I don't know what it is, it's just the design, the kind of effects, the powers he has. It's one of my favorite things. It makes me feel like a kid again when I first saw it, when I see him do those signature moves, whether it be in a game or I'm rewatching a clip for another DigiGoons video, or just like I want to have fun and I'm watching some shit with my friends. It is just, it makes me happy to see Metal Garurumon in that like kind of base coat. But Black Metal Garurumon, don't get me wrong, the black and silver is badass, but I think like him not having the golden kind of wings and tail, it loses a lot for me. I don't think it works as much as it does with normal Metal Garurumon. And for that, it goes to A tier, and it kind of loses out to its predecessor, Garurumon, and even Garurumon was it Sagittarius mode? Or am I wrong? Where is it? Yeah, Sagittarius mode. It even loses to its predecessor, Garurumon, and Garurumon Sagittarius mode. I think it can't compete, it can't hold up. So to kind of wrap up, let's go ahead and review this list we just made here. Starting at the bottom, we got Garurumon, who is just a cheap knockoff. He can't even face the same way as normal Garurumon or Garurumon Black. Like, come on, buddy. Pick a lane, dude. And then we got Zed Garurumon, who I think the green is just, it doesn't go with the color scheme at all. Especially if you're going to be blue and yellow. I just don't think it matches. And the cannon, ugh, too much. Then we got Magna Garurumon, only one in C tier. I ragged on it a lot, but like, it has the chance. It has the chance to be better. You know, I don't know how to describe how it could be better, but in my head it can be better. I have no thoughts. My head is empty. I have a smooth brain. I'm gonna drink my fruit punch now. Good fruit punch. We're gonna move on to B tier. Bottom of B tier, we got Garurumon. I just think it's not as cool as its predecessors. I think fucking Garurumon X just beats it out. It just has a cooler, more unique design. But Black Garurumon, on the other hand, looks like a made military man, and he looks badass. That's why it beats out its predecessor, or its side form, so to speak. And then A tier, we got Black Garurumon, into Metal Garurumon Black, into Garurumon, into Garurumon Sagittarius mode. And the reason for Sagittarius mode being up there is it's so unique compared to all the other forms here. And moving up to S, we have Garurumon X, Ancient Garurumon, Metal Garurumon X, Metal Garurumon, and finally the cream of the crop. And then finally, at the peak, the pinnacle of this tier list, if you will, we have Crest Garurumon, the cream of the crop, brother. It always raises to the top. Crest Garurumon is just, it's a golden knight compared to all these other things. It is so much cooler than everything else here. And I know I sound like I'm a nerd right now, but it is just so badass, you know? I don't know how to end this video, but like, here's my tier list. If you guys disagree, go ahead, drop a comment. Tell me where you rank all of these Garurumon species. And leave a like, subscribe maybe. It would be really cool if we get 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, maybe. That would be freaking awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I hope you enjoyed this tier list. Maybe I'll make some more, because these have no script and I'm just kind of winging it here. But it was pretty fun. I like rambling a lot. I think that's something I do a lot. I'm doing it right now even. But I'm going to cut myself off because I'm talking for too long. So, I beg you adieu. Mwah. Goodbye. Good night. And goons.